So you know it's going to be a good episode because I got the face cam out. Room of the World, directed by MG, was released in 2019 to Netflix and is one of the worst movies I've seen this year. If you don't know the work of Mick G, he is well known for Charlie's Angels and Terminator Salvation of all movies. Room of the World, which is probably one of the worst titles I've ever fucking seen, stars Jack Gore, Maya Chek, Benjamin Flores Jr., and Alicio Canelzotto. I don't fucking care about the pronunciation. The film follows Alex, Zanzan, Gabriel, and Darius as as they witness an alien invasion while they are at a summer camp. Now, right off the bat, if you can't tell, I fucking hate this film. It has a budget of $15.7 million, and it looks fucking atrocious. $15.7 million. To put that into comparison, Charlie Kaufman's film Anomalisa, which is my favourite film of all time, has a budget of $8 million, and looks fucking beautiful. It is a stop-motion animation, which is even crazier because that shit costs more. Yet Anomalisa looks 10 fucking times better than this shit. This film has almost double the budget of that film, yet it looks like it was made for TV. And the excuse that it's just a Netflix film isn't fucking valid, because there are legitimately good Netflix films out there that have this outstanding budgets. The film has this really weird way of colouring each scenes. All these scenes have different bright green or blues or pink colours that have just been saturated over the top. Each scene is either out of focus or is so saturated it looks like a fucking watermelon. The sad thing is there are actually a few shots in there that actually looked really nice, yet the rest of the film did not. This film feels like it's trying to be 10 different movies. It's trying to be an action, it's trying to be an adventure, it's trying to be a comedy, it's trying to be a romance, it's trying to be a sci-fi, it's trying to be a horror, it's trying to be all these things, but it doesn't succeed at any of them. It's trying to be 10 different films. The opening to this film is one of the worst I've ever seen. It's edited so poorly, there's horrible ADR, and this is just in the first 20 minutes. I was so bored throughout the whole film. I'm kind of rambling here if you can't tell because I just hate it so much. I've just seen this film. I have maybe, I'd say 100 notes, which outstounds me. The kid actors in this film are so bad. The Ginger, at least, gives a little bit of an okay performance. He can emote past, "Oh my god, the aliens, oh no, ah, run!" All these characters are so one-dimensional. You have stereotypical black kid, you have stereotypical Asian girl, you have stereotypical Mexican man, and Ginger. And they all are about as one-dimensional as you can see. The black kid is all like, "Oh, hell no," and shit. The Asian kid is sassy and smart. The Ginger kid is super fucking intelligent, yet is a fucking dweeb. And the Mexican, I don't really know. He's just kind of there and he's tall. Each kid has had some fucking horrible upbringing, like their parents have abandoned them. Oh, the Ginger's dad died in a fire. Oh, the Asian girl didn't want her because she was a girl and not a guy. Oh no, the black kid, he's super rich and he has to struggle and his dad's going to jail. Oh no. King Bach is also in this. You know that fucking guy that thinks he's an actor and he's just a shit YouTuber? He's in all these stupid dumb Netflix movies. I don't understand it. The sound and music in this film is awful. Like I mentioned before, the ADR is just horrible. There's these lines when you can hear people talking and it's so obviously dubbed and not, like, edited in any way. Speaking of the editing, it's so appalling. I talked a little bit about that opening scene, but it's evident throughout the whole film. There feels like there's entire scenes and shots missing. And if your film feels like there's scenes missing, it's not a fucking good thing. There's also this weird undertone throughout the whole film. There's like really weird racial and sexual undertones. There's this one scene where all the characters have to stay the night at this abandoned house because they need some sleep, and there's only 2 beds, and they're all, you know, the guys are all debating, all like, "Oh no, we have to let the girl have her own bed. We can't, you know, put some sheets on the floor. No, we all got to sleep in these 2 beds, so I guess it's us 3 to 1 bed." And then the girl walks in and she's like, "One of you is going to have to sleep with me." So then the guys all like run off and it's like, "Oh, which one's going to sleep? Oh, it's got to be Alex, the main character. He's got some sexual tension with this girl." They're 13! This feels like it's written by a 50-year-old. These kids are not meant to be going through this like weird sexual tension. There's also this whole thing, like this racial tension as well. Like, there's this bit at the beginning where King Bach and Darius are talking about all this like racial stuff. Like, oh yeah, you know, Toy Story is an allegory for racism. You know, all the toys, they're black people, and when the white man leaves, the black people can actually have fun. And you know, in like maybe either a parody film or like a genuine film about social commentary, that might be interesting. I know using Toy Story, they're kind of using as a joke, but when you use shit jokes like that, it's hard to tell what you find funny and what you're actually being genuine with. I can't get across how much I fucking hate this film. The plot is so paper thin as well. There's all these different scenes that have no reason for happening. The characters just kind of move from plot point A to B because, you know, plot has to happen, so, oh, let's leave the house that we're safe in for no reason because we heard a sound outside in the apocalypse. Oh no, what can it be? Oh no, we're jumped by some criminal that we met earlier in the film? Oh no! The climax of this film is where, like, the kids have reached this laboratory they've been trying to for the whole film, and they've got to try and broadcast this signal into space, and they're being given instructions by, like, Steve Harvey or some shit, some NASA guy. And then one of them has to like climb onto the roof and move this satellite. The other one has to, go turn on your power generators. And we have to have some people who activates the thing. And, you know, they have to send these characters off to do this all at once, right? But for some fucking reason, Alex, who's the smart one, is like, I have to go up onto the roof and climb this tower and move this satellite. Even though there's an obvious guy who's athletic that can do this. But no, I gotta be heroic. I gotta be the hero. I gotta go up there and do it, even though there is no reason for me to. And there's just... The special effects as well look like a fucking PS2 game. Like, I've seen better effects on YouTube. Like, there are YouTubers who do better special effects than this. This is something that Captain Disillusion would show as a joke of a bad special effect. It's so bad. The creature design as well, there's meant to be this one alien that, like, follows them throughout. I don't know why there's only one alien in a giant alien invasion. Don't ask me, I didn't write this fucking film. Losing my voice. The creature design is so appalling, and it looks like it's a rip-off of, like, you know, it's like, oh, let's get a bit of Super 8. Oh, let's not forget a bit of, you know, The Quiet Place. Oh, and can't forget a bit of that fucking movie, what's it called? Cloverfield. That's the one. This film has no pacing. Everyone's just so stupid, and there's the basis for a nice movie here. At the beginning, there's this one scene between the Asian girl and the ginger where they're actually talking. And, well, the ginger is, because the Asian's silent for most of the film. Anyway, there's this one bit where the two are, like, communicating with each other, and there is a tiny bit of tension, and you're like, oh, this could go somewhere. Imagine a film where it's only these two. It's this one kid who's mute, and this one kid who's super socially awkward, and they have to travel across this post-apocalyptic world away from all these aliens, because they've somehow been caught up in the mess. Even better, let's not catch them up in the mess, let's just make it that they're trying to escape. There is the basis for a good movie here. Mix a little bit of Super 8, a little bit of Moonrise Kingdom, have some character plot, maybe make your film look visually appealing, get some actual good special effects on. There is the backbone of a good film. If me, a fucking 15-year-old, is able to improve your film in my head in like 5 minutes, that's not good. Your film can be so much better, but you decide to make this utter shit. I wish Netflix would give these budgets to, like, other people, because it's so bad. They pumping out these stupid films like this, and, you know, The Babysitter, and, Wish Upon, you know, all these shit horror movies, when they should just be giving these $1 million budgets to, like, actual good directors. Why doesn't Charlie Kaufman have a few $1 million to make his own film? You know? How come, you know, like, you have these people like Benny Safdie and the creators of Good Time who are struggling to get their projects off the ground? But no, let's give Mick G this fucking budget. This originally was going to be another one of my normal quickies, but it's just turned into a rant because I hate this film. If you can't tell, I'd give it a 0 out of 10, but because IMDb won't let me do that, it's a 1. Anyway, if you could please fuck. This film has made me so angry. If you could please consider subscribing, that would be great. I really want to do some more content like this. Maybe a bit less angry, who knows. Let me know if you like the face, you know, being able to see my face during this. I don't. I look like a fucking cunt. Anyway, hope you all had a good day, and fuck you, McG.